everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new. In today's video, we're going to be doing a full face bingo kind of thing. So I like to do the palette bingos every now and then, where you pick an eyeshadow palette and then randomly pick 5 or so shades out of the palette to create an eye look with. But I've been wanting to do this for like my entire face of makeup, and I thought today would be a good day to do this because I can just wash it off if I have to. I don't have anywhere I have to be today that I need to look like a certain way for. So hopefully this turns out okay. If not, hopefully it will just be fun to do. But I'm hoping that this will help me pick up some things that maybe I haven't used in a while. So yeah, I have got a random number generator here on my laptop. So I'm just going to be going per category and picking a product. So yeah, let's go ahead and start off with primer. So these are the primers that I currently have. This does look different from my makeup inventory because I used up one. I've kind of added a couple more. So we're going to start over here with the Hard Candy primer and work our way over to the Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Flawless Filter. I didn't really know what category to put this in, but I felt like primer would be the best. But if I pick this one, I will also pick another one and I'll use 2 of them together, because typically I just use this one like on the high points and not my whole face. So that's kind of how we're going to do it. So we're going to pick a number between 1 and 4. All right, so the number that I got was actually 4. I don't think I'm going to show you every time. I promise I'm going to pick the number that it actually shows, but I actually film on my phone, so I don't really have the option to like do that on my phone or anything. So yeah, so like I said, this was the one that was picked. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. So I'm going to pick now a number 1 through 3, and I'll use them together. So we got number 2. So this is the Catrice Prime and Fine Fresh It Up primer. So I will go ahead and use both of these. I'm going to start out with the one from Catrice. I'm actually trying to use this one up right now, but I'm just going to go ahead and put this all over the face. And then I'll add the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter kind of like to the high points of my face. I'm kind of trying to decide if I should do eye makeup first or face makeup. I feel like we should do eye makeup because I don't know how it's going to go, and if it's super like colorful or has a lot of fallout, then I don't want to do my face makeup first. So I'm just going to let the primer kind of sink in, and let's go ahead and pick an eyeshadow primer. So I have 2 eyeshadow primers. I have the one from NARS and then one from Juvia's Place. NARS will be number 1 and Juvia's will be number 2. And we got number 1, so we'll be using the one from NARS today. This is also a product I'm trying to use up right now, so I'm very used to this. Honestly, I was kind of hoping I would have gotten the Juvia's Place one because I haven't used it very much. I'm just going to blend this out with my sponge. I haven't gotten my sponge wet yet, so it shouldn't soak up too much of the primer. I have got my palettes here. I've got 21 palettes, so we're going to go ahead and pick the number, and we're going to go 1 through 10 and then 11 through 21 over here. So let's just see which one we get. We got number 1, which is a very neutral palette. This is the Natasha Denona Ayana palette. This is super neutral, but maybe with the single shade that we pick or like a bold lip, this look might still be a little bit colorful, but we're going to be using this one. For single shadows, I have them all lined up here. It's kind of hard to show you guys like the categories, so just take my word for it. I've got them lined up. I'm going to go 1 through 7. So we'll see which one here we're going to be using. It's really hard to show you guys. We got number 5, which is this one here from NYX. This is the Shimmer Down Pigment in the shade 06. I think it's called Walnut. Yeah, in Walnut. So this is also very neutral, but it is very shimmery and it will go well with this palette. So let's just go ahead and create a pretty simple eye look. I'm just going to start out with the lightest matte shade. This is called Harlow. Next up, I'm going to dip into the shade called Crease. This is one of the ones from the Glam palette. Next up, for the pigment, we're going to be deciding if I'm going to use the NYX Glitter Glue as my base or mix it in with this Multitasker from NYX. So NYX will be number 1. They're both from NYX. So the Multitasker will be number 1, or the Glitter Glue will be number 2. We got number 2, so I'll be using the Glitter Glue for the pigment. I'm just taking a little bit of the glitter primer and I'm pressing it all over the lid. To add the pigment, I'm just going to be picking it up with a brush. This is the KJH number 14 with Spectrum. I'm just going to kind of tap into the product that's on top here. I'm just going to press this all over the lid. This pigment is really pretty and super sparkly, so I'm glad to use it today. I haven't used it in a while. It's also really fun to mix this with that multitasker from NYX and make it into a liner instead of a lid shade. It's a good thing I did the eyes first because there is a good bit of fallout. So I'm just gonna wipe that up. Because we still have to pick like all of the face products and eyeliner and lip product, I'm gonna leave it at this. I know it's super simple, but there's still a lot of options for colors to happen. So I'm going to kind of go the neutral route while I can. Next up is gonna be eyeliner. I have a lot of different formulas here. I've got pencils, liquid, and a gel potted one. We're just gonna pick one liner in general. So let's see how many I've got. I have 11 total, so I'm just going to line up the ones I have like this, and we'll count from the top down, and then this potted one will just be the 11th. So the number I got was 6, so it's going to be, that's going to be this one here. Wow, everything is very neutral. I got the black pencil liner from NYX. All right, I was kind of hoping for a liquid liner because I feel like it could go very well with this look. Okay, I kind of smoked the look up with this liner. I tight lined, put it in my waterline, and winged it out for like an upper lash kind of look. I didn't bring it in all the way on the inner corner, but you get the gist. So let's go ahead and pick a mascara. I'm only going to put mascara on the top lashes right now, so let's just go ahead and pick a mascara for that. We've got 4 here. We're gonna go 1 to 4. Got the number 1, so we're gonna be using this one from CoverGirl. To be totally honest, this is not my favorite mascara, but it's one we picked, so we're gonna use it. I picked up this mascara because I was trying to find a more affordable option for the series I've been telling you guys about that's going to be starting on my channel soon, that is geared towards beginners and kind of like makeup tips, like 101 sort of thing. And I picked this up because Sarah Rose was mentioning it. I don't think I've ever tried this one, but it is just not for me. It has kind of that like plasticky bristled wand. It's just not my favorite. It's okay for every day, but personally I prefer pretty bold lashes. So this isn't like my tip-top favorite. I picked up another one, which, spoiler alert, it's this one. This is the Lash Princess Curl and Volume Mascara from Essence. That one works so well for my lashes, and it's the one I'm going to be featuring in that series more than likely because I just prefer it, and I think it's even cheaper than this one. Yeah, this is not a bad mascara. You can see that it still does provide a good bit of volume. By the way, this is the CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume Mascara. All right, we're gonna leave the lashes there. Now let's go ahead and pick a foundation. All right, so we've got 10 mascaras here to choose from. I've kind of got them lined up here in this bin. So we're going to be going from 1 to 5, 6 is in the middle, and then 7 through 10 is on this side. So let's see which one I will be using. We got number 3. So, oh my goodness, another one that I'm trying to use up, which is a good thing that I'm going to be using it today, but I've kind of been focusing on it. So I wanted to use another one. Fine, we're gonna have to roll with it. This is the Tarte C Hydroflex like mini foundation. I got the mini one because I just really wanted to try it. And it's pretty good, but I won't be repurchasing it. I prefer the one from Flower Beauty, and it's a much better price. I'm gonna start out by blending this out with a brush. This is the one from Shop Missy. It's the F27. I got this in a brush kit from them, again, for that kind of like affordable beginning series. And these brushes are no joke. They're so good. So I will be featuring these for sure in that series. There's only $10 for the whole set. And you have a full face of brushes, so you really wouldn't need anything else. But I'm just going to spread this foundation out. You have to kind of use a lot of it to get any kind of coverage. So it should be not too much longer until I can use it up. But truthfully, it's just like, it's okay. I always like the way my look turns out after I completely finish my makeup, but it does break down throughout the day. It's not really the best. I usually put my makeup on every day around, let's see, like 7 o'clock. And by 5, it is really, really broken down, especially after wearing a mask. It's okay, but you can see it does give a good bit of coverage. It covers up a good bit of redness, but not all of it. For a serum foundation, I think it's decent. We have 5 concealers to choose from. We'll start over here with the Milani one and work our way to the Rare Beauty one. So I got number 1, so that's easy. We're going to be using the Milani one. To be honest, this is also not my favorite concealer, so we'll see how they pair together. I don't think I typically, I'm trying to think if I've paired the two of these together. I don't think I have. I think I typically use the Rare Beauty one or the Flower Beauty concealer with this serum foundation, so we'll try it out. I really was excited to try out this concealer, but it's a little bit drying and it's just, I don't know, it's not bad, but I definitely prefer the Flower Beauty one over this one and even the Rare Beauty one. So now that I went ahead and spread out the foundation with a brush, I'm going to use the sponge to blend out the concealer and also go over all of the foundation that I used the brush with. I actually really like this combo. Maybe I will use this a little bit more often while I'm trying to finish up that serum foundation. Let's go ahead and pick a powder. I'm just going to use it right now to set the under eyes. Then we'll go ahead and do the cheek products in case I get a cream one and then I want a powder. It might get a little bit confusing. I've got 5 here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So let's just go ahead and pick this. I've added a lot of powders since you guys have last seen. I've been on a powder kick and a lipstick kick. You guys will see that at the end though. All right, we got number 2, which is going to be the Glowish powder. So the Glowish powder actually does not set my eyes very well, so I will use that on the rest of the face, but I'm going to go ahead and pick another one. I hope you guys don't mind. So I'm just going to like re-roll that one. And I got the number 3, so this one was on top, it would have been number 1. So I'm just going to jump over to number 3, which is another powder I'm trying to use up. So we're using a lot of things I want to get rid of right now. So I'm going to go ahead and set the under eyes with this Makeup Forever setting powder. This is a very messy setting powder. It's loose and it's not my favorite either. To set the under eyes, I'm going to use this brush from Nabla. This brush, you can probably see the powder going everywhere. I don't know. It's such a mess, but it is good for setting under eyes, that's for sure. I'm really trying to move this one out of my collection though. It's definitely not my favorite. I did recently use up the number 7 powder. So if you guys want to see that, you can see that over on my Instagram. It's always linked down below, but I updated you guys on my most recent empties in that project pan. But we will use this Glowish powder in just a few minutes. For the ease of me filming this video, we're only going to be choosing from my single cheek products. I'm not going to be dipping into face palettes. It's just too much. This video is probably already pretty long. So I've got 4 here. We'll just go 1 through 3 and then 4. We got number 2. So that's going to be a powder bronzer from e.l.f. For highlighters, we've got 4. We've got 2 powder and 2 cream. So we're again just going to go 1 and 2 and then 3, 4. And we got number 4, which is the Super Shock Shadow from ColourPop. Let's go ahead and pick a blush and then we'll apply all of the cheek products. We've got a lot of blushes here. Since this is just a blush palette, I will include it. So we're going to count that as like 1. And then if I pick it, I guess I'll roll again and we'll pick the shade. But anyways, we've got 11 to choose from. So I'm just going to line them up behind me and we'll pick that way. I actually missed one, so we've got 12. So I've laid them out randomly and then we'll pick them randomly also. We got number 10, which is this one from Thrive Cosmetics. I love this blush, so I'm very excited about that. This is the Cosmo Power blush in the shade Rosy. So let's just go ahead and apply all of these cheek products. First up is going to be the bronzer from e.l.f. This is in the shade Forever Sunkissed. I'm going to use my giant Kiko brush. This is the number 8 brush to apply this. I picked up this e.l.f. bronzer and a lot of e.l.f. products from a recent haul. I will have that video linked in the eye and down below as well. At this point, I should have already posted the full face of e.l.f. So if that has already been posted, I will definitely link it for you guys. Do you guys add bronzer here? Because I used to, but lately I have just like not been liking that. I don't know why I did it today. So I'm going to kind of like try and cover it up. But now I feel like I gotta kind of do it over here. I don't mind bringing it down the neck, but for some reason adding it right here kind of makes it feel like I'm giving myself that foundation line that we all tried, or that we all had in middle school because we didn't know what we were doing, but now we all try to avoid. My Charlotte Tilbury bronzer and the face palette that I have from her is still definitely my favorite bronzer, but this one honestly is really nice for my fair skin. It's very buildable and it doesn't look too orange on me. I think it's more like pinky red than anything. So I'm going to leave the bronzer like this. Next up, I'm going to go in with highlight. This is the Super Shock in the shade Lunch Money, of course, from ColourPop. just going to use the kind of back end of my sponge to apply this. This is a very, very pretty highlight though. Lastly, for cheek products is this blush from Thrive. And for this one, I like to use this brush from Real Techniques because it is very fluffy, and so it kind of disperses the product a little bit better, because this blush is very, very glowy and very pigmented. So this helps me not go so overboard. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the eye look, and then we will come back to powder, finish up the brows and lips. But to finish up the eyes, again, I'm just gonna take the lightest matte shade, just kind of like buff this very closely to the lower lash line. And then I'm just going to coat the lower lashes with some mascara. All right, so for the glowish powder, I'm just going to set all over my face with this. This is the brush from Japanesque. With that highlight and blush, we did get pretty glowy, so this will kind of help the rest of the face match that. Oh, this is making my look very glowy, and I am here for it. I really like this. Okay, I definitely prefer this powder as a setting powder, but wow, I really like this look. I'm very interested to see what lip shade that we choose, but again, I have this in the shade 01 Fair. I'm also noticing my neck is getting red. My neck is very sensitive, so when I dragged the bronzer down, it did get a little bit red because I had to pull it down a little bit more than I thought I would, so don't mind that. Sorry about that. For brows, I really only have 3 products. I have 2 from e.l.f. and 1 from Milani, so again, we'll go 1 through 3. We got number 2, which is going to be this brow pencil here. So this is the Ultra Precise Brow Pencil from e.l.f. So I'm just going to go ahead and brush through the brows. Because this video is kind of long, I'm going to go ahead and do the brows off camera with this brow pencil. I hope you guys don't mind, but I'll be right back. All right, I got the brows filled in. I actually only have 1 brow gel, so I'm just going to go ahead and use this one. I have the Wow Brow, but this isn't really like a setting product, I don't think. Like, I typically just use it by itself. So I'm just going to use this one from Essence that I have. All right, next up, let's go ahead and pick out some lip products. So we're going to do a lip liner and then a lipstick, and then depending on the lipstick, maybe we'll do a gloss, but let's go ahead and start out with the lip liners. So I actually added a few lip liners from NYX. So we've got quite a few. Now I'm looking at it and I have a red lip liner, and if I end up getting a red lip liner and not a red lipstick, this is going to be interesting. I've got them all fanned out here. We got 13, so again, we're going to go 1 through 13. Let's see what we get. We got number 5, so that's this one here from Tarte. This is a very like Barbie pink kind of shade, so we'll see. So this is the dual-ended lip architect in the shade Romantic, but I used up the other side of it, so all I have is a lip liner. This is yet again another product I'm trying to use up, so it's kind of interesting to me that we're choosing a lot of those because I didn't expect to. So I'm just gonna line the lips with this. I'm not gonna fill them in. All right, we've got the bright pink now, so I like it. I like it especially with the blush, but depending on the lipstick we choose, this could not be good. Okay, this is really hard to like show you guys the order, but I've got 32 lipsticks to choose from. This includes bullet lipsticks, lip crayons, and liquid lipsticks, everything except for glosses and liners basically. So we're gonna choose 1 to 32, and I'm gonna count like 1 and then go all the way through, left to right, top to bottom. So let's see what number we get. I got number 14. So all right, we got number 14, which is this one from Rare Beauty. This is in the shade Thankful, and it's also a very neutral lipstick. I wouldn't exactly pair this lipstick with the liner, but it kind of covered it up anyways, and it doesn't quite go with the blush either. But overall, like, this is such a neutral look. This could have gone very colorful, like with my eyeshadow especially. But even so, like with the lipsticks, I just recently added some kind of like brighter, bolder colors. So I'm very surprised that we ended up completely neutral basically. So last up, let's choose a setting spray. So typically for setting sprays, I would have these 3 in my collection, but I actually have a 4th one right now. I'm testing this one out for like using in a makeup kit. So I'm going to include it in this. So we're gonna have 4 again, starting from this side and going over. We got the number 3, which is going to be the Urban Decay All Nighter. Definitely feel like a matte setting spray would be good for this look because it's such a glowy look with all of the like powders and cream products. So I am very excited with how this turned out. Really, I'm surprised because like I've said several times already, I feel like this would have gotten a lot more colorful than it did. So yeah, I feel like the only really like colorful thing is kind of like the bright pink blush, which In person, it does look equal. I feel like this side doesn't look as pink on camera, but they look pretty equal in real life, so sorry about that. This is a video that I've been wanting to film for quite a while. I just thought it would be a lot of fun, and I did have a lot of fun filming it, so I hope that you guys enjoyed watching today's video. If you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!